Good evening, my friends. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I am your host, Eli King. What do you mean? All right. Apparently, there are some technical difficulties. It may be scratchy, but that's okay. We will roll with the punches. But I am live. I did hear myself. We are live. Let's try this again. This is Live Free or Die. I am your host, King Eli, king of all alternative news on this Manhattan neighborhood network. This is the People's Network. You can watch me live every week on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on NNN.org. Or you can watch my replays at youtube.com/Live Free or Die MNN. And today, today's topic is I basically believe that eventually the people will turn on Obama. And even the Democrats, even you right there who support Obama so cold-heartedly, I believe eventually you're going to turn on him. And we're going to run through some points here that basically points to that direction. All right, Israel's act of war against Syria, madness or cold calculation. This is from VoltaireNet.org. On May 3rd, the Israel Defense Force launched 2 successive aerial bombing strikes deep inside Syrian territory, reportedly against the Jamara Military Research Center near Damascus Airport. While Israel spokesmen have been coy about admitting responsibility, the Obama administration confirmed and endorsed the bombings in Syrian sovereign territory. This is one of the reasons why the people will turn on Obama. Obama has backed Al-Qaeda in Libya to overthrow Gaddafi. Obama is now backing Al-Qaeda in Syria. And, yeah, that's just one reason right there. Another reason we got here, big report from Infowars.com. Infowars exclusive, IRS form sent to Patriot groups. Basically, the IRS was harassing Patriot groups such as the Tea Party and any group who would basically educate people on the Constitution. Basically, what they wanted to know was a detailed narrative on the organization's political activity, who conducted the activity, and where, how organization members were recruited, detailed information on political events, detailed information on speeches, forums, panels, and speakers, names of organization members, copies of all communications, pamphlets, advertisements, and etc., etc. So the IRS has admittedly been harassing good Americans like me and you who love the Constitution. People, today is May 18th, and you can call me and we are live, 212-245-7273. We are back at the original studio in 59th Street, and it feels great, damn it. It feels so great. Moving on to another article in the same topic, actually. Second top IRS official resigns over scandal 1 month before scheduled to retire. Yes, expected to retire in June, Joseph Grant, head of the Tax-Exempt and Government Entities Division of the IRS, said on Thursday that he was leaving the agency immediately, even though this scumbag was scheduled to retire anyway. It appears we have a phone call, so let's get right to it and see what the people have to say. Caller, you are on the air. Hey, what's going on, Steve? What's on your mind?
Yeah, so I know your studio is high def now.
Yes, this is definitely a high-def studio. I love it. I have an erection right now because I'm so excited. Say again, I'm sorry.
Picture and all that?
Yes, a very clear picture. Anything on your mind, brother?
Oh, yeah. Now, as you know about this big Powerball thing with 600 billion. Did you play your numbers or no?
Yes, I have to play my dollar in a dream. I only play $1. Well, I believe it's $2 now for one game. But I only play the $2. I'm not gonna waste a whole bunch of money on a fixed, rigged
I know a
game.
lot of us are addicted to it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that's
all distraction right there, because I think if anyone who wins that money, that's taxes you got to pay.
and it's funny. Usually people from like Bumville, Ohio, or some rich news anchor from Canada usually wins the lotto. People who are already millionaires. I think that thing is rigged.
Oh, of course. Now, what about, I think there's some scandal with Obama now.
Oh, just one scandal? No, there are many, many, many scandals, my friend.
Yeah, but this one's at the mainstream media that they've been talking about, some taxes and all that mess that they're saying about.
Yes, I will break down some scandals for you, Steve. One of them is the IRS scandal, which I talked
Oh, yeah,
about.
that one, that's
We
big
have
right now.
also the Obamacare scandal.
And they want Obama impeached.
Obamacare, yep. Also, the National Defense Authorization Act. Also, we have the extension of the Patriot Act. Now we have Benghazi Gate. And also, Obama is the first president to arrest 7 whistleblowers under the Espionage Act. Also, gas prices, Steve. Have you noticed gas prices are even higher than when Bush was in office?
I know about food. Next will be food prices.
Yes. Also, Obama raised taxes on the poor.
Oh, of course. That ain't nothing new. Rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer.
There you go. Also,
we're going to be paying more.
The Small Arms Treaty Obama supports, basically when they want to abolish the Second Amendment.
Yeah, which rights do we have left? All our rights is technically gone.
Yeah, they're taking them one by one. Also, the Logan Act.
Oh, yeah,
when Obama made himself the head of the United Nations Security Council, he violated the Logan Act.
He's president of the United Nations anyway, because that is violating against the Logan Act.
Yes, I believe he's the president of the Security Council on the United Nations, or some baloney like that. Also, more soldiers have died in war under the Obama administration, and more soldiers have committed suicide under the Obama administration. Well, Steve, is there anything else on your mind before I let you go, brother?
Oh, yeah, but North Korea, there's more tension rise up in North Korea, but I think that's like a false flag operation right there.
Yeah, I don't believe anything the news tells me these days.
That's going to spark World War III.
This is why I do my own research. I come up with my own...
One thing for sure, just because you don't hear it on the mainstream media doesn't mean it's not happening. That's the thing you people got to realize. Like, you really got to get your source and other sources, alternative outlets like this one and all that. Because if you tell somebody on the street, they're going to look at you that you're crazy.
Absolutely, but we got to keep pressing forward, Steve. Exactly. Don't give up the good fight. And you will eventually unlock people's minds. All right, Steve, I appreciate the call, brother. Call back next week. We'll get some, hopefully we'll get some more callers in here. 212-245-7273. All right, moving on to my next article. We are running out of time, so we got to move fast. Shock video from Paul Joseph Watson. California police break into home and tase victims. Homeowner to cops. Martial law has not been established in this country. Yes, apparently some police in Cotati, California, received an anonymous call about domestic violence at an apartment, or at a house, actually, and the officers proceeded to enter the apartment, actually knocked on the door, demanded the homeowners come outside. The homeowner said, no, this is not a police state. I will not come outside. Here's myself. Here is my wife. We're perfectly fine, and we don't want to come outside. So then the police, therefore, kicked open the door, tased the husband and the wife. This is all on video camera. I was going to show that video, but this is my first week in the studio. I don't know how it works here, but maybe next week we can show it, or you can just go to InfoWars or just Google California police break into home, tase victims. And I'm sure you will find that video. Or go to my channel. I actually listed it under my favorites. Go to my channel, Live Free or Die, MNN. Yes, these police, there are a lot of police out there. You can't blame all the police. there are definitely a lot of bad apples out there. I work with a few actually, and one in particular is a real tyrant, and you know who you are. You know who you are, you witch. And had an incident today with her, and basically, yeah, I'll let it all out. Former police lieutenant, okay, and basically in her department, she pushed everybody around, and finally, they pushed her out. Okay, so now she's not in the police department anymore. So where's she come? She comes to a little pathetic security department and starts pushing the little guy around. Well, I'm not going to be pushed around. Nobody's pushing me around. I don't let the New World Order or the criminal element in my government push me around. You think I'm going to let your little Weasley ass push me around? No, I don't think so, lady. You're going to get what's coming to you. You will eventually be pushed out of this department as well. You will see. Whether I'm there or I'm not, you will be pushed out. And if you try to screw me, I will let it all out on the table. The hate crime, the harassment, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I totally digress there. Be warned, woman. Be warned. Anyway, moving on. You know, I just don't like bullies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to go off on that digressive rant, but I just don't like bullies. And I am not going to be bullied by anyone, okay? You want respect, you have to give respect to get respect. Because every cop I run into, all they say is, hey, do you know this person? Oh my God, what a terrible person she is. And I hope you're watching, you witch. Anyway, you know, it's sorry about that, folks. Give me a call. You have a boss that you hate. 212-245-7273. This is why I love this country. We have a First Amendment, and I get to air it all out right here on my very own TV show. Damn it. All right. Next article. We're moving on now. This is from Washington's blog. More Americans committing suicide than during the Great Depression. The Boston Globe reported in 2011, a new report issued today by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention finds that the overall suicide rate rises and falls with the state of the economy dating all the way back to the Great Depression. Basically, the largest increase in the U.S. suicide rate occurred during the Great Depression, surging from 18 to 100,000 up to 22 and 100,000. And they have all these news agencies, NBC News, linked to it in March, RT linked to it. Earlier this month, the Daily News wrote about it. Suicide rates are up throughout the country, especially our troops. Let's not forget our troops, our POWs. You are not forgotten, Bradley Manning. You are not forgotten, Sergeant Bird Bulldog. You are not forgotten, July 4th Patriot. You are not forgotten. And you know, people commit suicide because they lose hope, they lose faith, they get bullied, and you know, I am not one to ever commit suicide. Let me tell you this, okay? If they ever say I committed suicide, it's a lie, people. I will never commit suicide. I will stand up to the bully and bite the bully's nose off before I harm myself. All right, moving on to this next great article here. This is from Good Self Me at listmy5.com. Monsanto, May 2013 marches. Basically, there are these marches, these up-and-coming marches, I believe May 25th, 2013. If you live on the Gulf Coast of Florida, in the city of Venice, Florida, you can go to Facebook. Just type in Venice, Florida, Monsanto March. Hopefully you can get it. I can't throw the link up right here, but we will be working that. Also, they have marches in Europe. Apparently, this must be a Monsanto March Day. May 25th, also, they're marching in Europe. And if you don't know about Monsanto, you need to Google it, look it up. Monsanto is this food company that basically puts these poisons in our food, genetically modified organisms. These sickening this GMO crap that when they feed it to rats, 3 or 4 generations down the line, the rats are unable to reproduce. They grow tumors the size of golf balls. I mean, it is totally ridiculous. The seeds that Monsanto gives to the farmers, they don't even, once you plant the seeds and you try to reuse the seeds, you can't even reuse them. They have some sort of patent on it where they don't even reproduce themselves, and they have this insecticide that's infused or somehow integrated with the food. So basically it's like you're eating corn with Roundup or an insecticide inside of it that eventually is going to lead to cancer or some sort of ailment, and just kill us all. And good self me was nice enough to write about who is talking about this, and she also listed me on this list. But I'm very small time compared to the other news agencies, the alternative news agencies that she listed. One of them is naturalnews.com. You got prisonplanet.com, and she lists myself, YouTube, Live Free or Die, MNN. States in Canada marching against Monsanto, countries marching against Monsanto. We have Chile, Colombia does not want Monsanto to keep destroying their food supply, and will be joining the people marching on May 25th. Ecuador, there's a whole Guatemala, a whole slew of countries. So let's go out there and march on May 25th. So we can stop the evil Monsanto genetically modified scumbags. All right, let's take this phone call. Caller, you are on the air.
Hi.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Hi. The Monsanto march that's happening in New York City.
Yes.
I wanted to find out where that is because I went online and looked at it on the website. And it didn't say exactly. I know that it's May 25th. But it didn't say exactly where it was.
Well, I have a bunch of other locations, Venice, Florida, and
no, I know.
apparently around the world. I'm not entirely sure where in New York City.
Oh.
I wish I had that news for you.
Okay.
But I'm glad you're interested in, and I'm glad you're aware of Monsanto and the destruction it does to us. Can you tell my audience a little bit about Monsanto and your point of view?
Well, like what you said, they've genetically modified these things so that the Roundup that is in the actual food product, it actually that's why everyone is allergic to everything these days, because it mimics allergies. There's allergens that cause these reactions. That's why everybody has this what is that intestinal thing? Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's got that. Everybody's allergic to wheat gluten.
You hit it right on the head there. I bought these organic never in my life before I was allergic to peanuts. All of a sudden, I go to the supermarket, I buy these organic peanuts, I'm eating them, I'm feeding squirrels with my children. All of a sudden, my head starts blowing up like a bumblebee stung me, and I'm choking on I don't know what the hell is going on. Now I'm allergic to peanuts. What the hell is going on?
And they were organic?
No, they claim to be organic. Well, Whole Foods claims to be organic, but now they admit 30% of their foods are actually genetically modified. Shh.
Huh. Wow.
Yes.
Because I'm talking about the stuff that is not labeled organic. I mean, you can't even eat corn anymore unless it's organic.
Nah, it's a shame.
All the Roundup is going to destroy you.
Yes, it will.
Some kind of allergen,
Well, we got to watch out for that. If you find out when is this march in New York City, please let me know. I appreciate the call. All right, apparently we got another caller. Let's get to it. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, you're on the air. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I want to talk about these Monsanto stuff that they're giving people to eat. We had tomatoes in the house, and the tomato started growing inside the tomato itself. The seed started growing inside the tomato. There's a guy on Coast to Coast. There's a picture there. He ate tomatoes, and the tomato plant is growing inside his body. These seeds do not need soil to grow. People got to be aware of this. I'm glad you guys are putting this stuff out. A lot of people are just ingesting this stuff, and they're going to die. All right?
Well,
Water in New York, they say it's good. If you put a water filter in your kitchen and you put the water from the tap in it, after a week, you're going to see the fluoride on the inside of the filter.
yes, this is true. I experienced that myself.
I mean, I'm glad you're here. I hope you guys advertise more so that a lot of people more will be conscious of this stuff. It's going crazy. They all want us to be zombies. Homeland Security is doing zombie exercises to kill people with all the bullets that they bought.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse. They're buying up all the bullets.
Yeah.
They got these little targets of little 5-year-old boys and pregnant women with guns that they're shooting at with hollow points. They're buying up all the hollow points. They're buying up all the guns. They're preparing for war against the American citizens. And we must prepare right here in New York and stand up. Spread the info. Tell them to go to InfoWars. Tell them to go to Drudge Report. Tell them to do their own goddamn research.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm getting all hyped up. Anything else on your mind?
It's a lot more, but I just want to. I'll keep calling, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track. I'm nothing scared. I walk the jungle by myself. I go anywhere. I'm scared now, brother. You know what I'm saying? For my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking scared.
Don't be
I'm
scared,
sorry.
brother. This is a spiritual war.
Walk down the streets. The young cops now, they're looking at you like you're a criminal. And at the end of the year, they call up your house. They want a donation for the police captain. Get out of here. That's illegal.
Yeah, well, I hear you, brother. I appreciate the call, man.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, brother.
I'll make sure I stay home every Saturday to watch you and keep on your back, brother. All right?
I appreciate that, man. I thank you very much, man.
Okay,
Thank you
no
for the
problem,
call.
man.
Stay educated. That's what I'm talking about. Let's take this next call here. Caller, you're on the air.
Okay, thank you.
Caller, you are live.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to tell you about ThriveMovement.com. They talk about in India, the people have gathered together and are refusing to allow Monsanto to plant seeds on their.
Can you give that website one more time?
Stone. It's Thrive, like THRIVE, like DriveMovement.org. Thrive, THRIVE. They offer solutions as well. So we can stop Monsanto. Okay? ThriveMovement.com. Thank you.
ThriveMovement.com
Keep up the good work. You're doing great.
or .org. Very good. Thank you for that call. Great info right there. If you want to know more about Monsanto, we got some good callers today. Thank heavens. And a very frustrating day for myself, but like I was telling the other gentleman, the guy said he was scared, and me myself, I have no fear, because this is a spiritual war, and I know I fight on the good side. And you may take my body, you may take my life, but you cannot have my soul, you sons of bitches. You will not win, because I will go to the kingdom of heaven. No matter what you do to me down here on earth, I will go to the kingdom of heaven, because I fight the good fight, you scumbag. All right. Speaking of scumbags, Angelina Jolie has a mastectomy, and she encouraged all the women out there to get mastectomies as well, even though she does not have cancer. But this all relates actually to them owning, the corporations owning patents on human genes. Okay? This is all another thing going on here with Angelina Jolie. And if you talk, apparently, this may not even get shown on YouTube, because according to this article by Mike Adams from naturalnews.com, YouTube involved in conspiracy to silence public debate on corporate patents on human genes. Yes. Basically, he was talking about Angelina Jolie and her mastectomy, what do you call it, publicity stunt. basically, this is all. I don't trust anything, basically anything Angelina Jolie has to do with. Okay, she is a Luciferian. She used to carry these blood vials around her neck with Billy Bob Thornton, and yes, do not trust Angelina Jolie, and don't go out and cut your big beautiful breast. Go look up doctors like Nicholas Gonzalez, who cured pancreatic cancer with natural herbs and medicines right here in New York City, I mind you. Don't do it. All right, we got about a minute left. Let's rush through it. Military says no presidential authorization needed to quell civil disturbances. Yes, the military says that they do not need orders from the president to violate the Posse Comitatus Act and basically police the streets. So yeah, the military will be coming on the streets near you to act as police when civil unrest occur. Robbers, moving on, Paul Joseph Watson, Infowars.com. Robbers shove homeowner in closet where he kept his guns. The mainstream media won't be covering this article. Yes, another pro-Second Amendment story that the national media dare not touch. Yes, basically, let's break it down in a quick synopsis. These robbers did a home invasion. They grabbed the homeowner, they threw him in the closet and told him to stay there while they burglarized his house. Little did they know that this guy was armed to the T, and all his weapons were where? In his closet. So he grabbed his weapons, thinking that the burglars already had left, and he came out, ran into one of them, emptied his clip in him, and there you go. But the mainstream won't talk about that. Colorado sheriff sued the state over new gun control laws. All right, Colorado. Palm Beach Authority snitch program will not target government critics. Yes, do not be a snitch. What goes around comes around. You snitch now, somebody will snitch on your son, your daughter, your granddaughter later down on the line. Remember that. What goes around comes around. I believe in karma. All right, we are out of time, people. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. Ah! Support Obama so cold-heartedly. I believe eventually you're going to turn on him. And we're going to run through some points here that basically points to that direction. All right. Israel's act of war against Syria. Madness or cold calculation. This is from VoltaireNet.org. On May 3rd, the Israel Defense Force launched 2 successive aerial bombing strikes deep inside Syrian territory, reportedly against the Jamara Military Research Center near Damascus Airport. While Israel spokesmen have been coy about admitting responsibility, the Obama administration confirmed and endorsed the bombings in Syrian sovereign territory. This is one of the reasons why activity. Who conducted the activity and where? How organization members were recruited? Detailed information on political events. Detailed information on speeches, forums, panels, and speakers. Names of organization members. Copies of all communications, pamphlets, advertisements, and etc., etc. So the IRS has admittedly been harassing good Americans like me and you who love the Constitution. People, today is May 18th, and you can call me and we are live, 212-245-7273. We are back at the original studio in 59th Street, and it feels great, damn it. It feels so great. Good evening, my friends. We are live. This is Live Free or Die, and I am your host, Eli King. What do you mean? All right. Apparently, there are some technical difficulties. It may be scratchy, but that's okay. We will roll with the punches. But I am live. I did hear myself. We are live. Let's try this again. This is Live Free or Die. I am your host, King Eli, king of all alternative news on this Manhattan neighborhood network. This is the People's Network. You can watch me live every week on Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on MNN.org. Or you can watch my replays at youtube.com/Live Free or Die MNN. And today, today's topic is I basically believe that eventually the people will turn on Obama. And even the Democrats, even you right there, who the people will turn on Obama. Obama has backed Al-Qaeda in Libya to overthrow Gaddafi. Obama is now backing Al-Qaeda in Syria. And, yeah, that's just one reason right there. Another reason we got here, big report from Infowars.com. Infowars exclusive, IRS form sent to Patriot groups. Basically, the IRS was harassing Patriot groups such as the Tea Party and any group who would basically educate people on the Constitution. Basically, what they wanted to know was a detailed narrative on the organization's political